Hey, it's another edition of Rundown Monday here with your host Frosty. So, big things happening in the NFL playoffs, draft orders, so much to talk about. And of course, I am going to be extremely busy this week, releasing, at least going to try to do as many podcasts as I can because I want to break down, I want to give every playoff matchup the best way and best breakdown that people can understand because you don't really need stats, it's just kind of prediction, but there is still always that looming free agency that gives some teams hope, and teams like the Texans, nightmares. You shouldn't have traded D Hop, just saying, especially since we'll get into that in a moment. So there will be two parts of Rundown Monday. Rundown Monday will be split to AFC and NFC in this podcast. It will be NFC, and usually I try to make these 8 minutes, short. No, these are going to be 15 minutes long just because I was staying up late last night just to get the NFC East. The NFC East. You know, that division that no one wanted to win. They're just like, oh, the champion going to home playoff game? Home playoff game? No, no, no. We don't need the revenue. We don't need to be an actual good football team. No, no, no. We don't need that. Who needs to be good in the NFL? Although the best team did win, the Washington football team. So this will be the NFC segment, or NFL segment, and we'll get into this with the NFC. So right now the division will stand at the 7-9 Washington football team wins the division with a win 20-14 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Gosh, I hate you all. I love first of all, I do have to say the football team probably is one of my top five favorite teams just because I don't like what's happened in that organization. But I just love this team. I love Alex Smith, Terry McLaurin, and Anthony Gibson. All great. Fun fact: Terry McLaurin's a top 10 receiver. Yeah, I think he actually had a better season than T.Y. Hilton, which honestly, stat wise, is shocking to me since this team kind of seemed like a ground and pound for a long time, but they were throwing the ball pretty well. Um, and Alex Smith, just name the comeback year. Oh, name comeback player of the year award after him. He was told he might die, might have to amputate his legs. And this was after his horrific injury, which I think is known as the Joe Theismann injury because there's a whole story. There's some other videos out there on it. I would suggest checking them out. They break down the injury better than I can, but it was a freak injury. So he was told he might die. He might have to have it amputated. He may never play football again. He may never walk again, even. And he just led the football team into the playoffs. Not to mention he beat Pittsburgh on primetime. Name the award after him. No one in this league deserves this award more than Alex Smith. And he is one of my favorite quarterbacks because I actually liked him for a while. Um, Then we get to the 6-10 New York Giants, and oh boy, salt, salt in New York today. Salt New Yorkians. But again, you have the Knicks doing pretty well, so honestly, don't know what you have to complain about. But wow, salty, 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 salty. So mad that the Philadelphia Eagles decided to bench Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter for, I think, Nate Subtleberg or Nate Suttleton. I have never heard of him. He's the third string. They didn't put Carson Wentz in, which, whatever. He probably would have done a little bit better. I don't think he would do, like, tremendously good. But you put in Nate Suttleberg. Do you know what this was? And of course, you have Pro Football Focus, who I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't like Pro Football Focus that much. I think every year pretty much say Cowboys are going to win it all, and they don't realize that. No, Cowboys aren't going to win it all. Stop it. No, no. Stupid. No. They said the Eagles made the smart move. You see, they decided to bench him because they got 2 more draft picks up, where if they won, they'd be the 6th overall pick. You guys don't need a quarterback. Honestly, you need receiver or O lineman, and you're gonna get them at the 6th or 4th pick. Stop trying to say, I am defending the Philadelphia Eagles decision. Eli Manning, Darius Slayton, and Saquon Barkley, all on Twitter, just said, what are you doing? You have the opportunity to basically eliminate the team that beat you at home, that beat you away. Beat you away, and you just like, nope, we give up. Just because Jalen Hurts kinda had a rough out, except, oh wait, he scored all 2 of your touchdowns. He was your only offense. Your defense was losing to Alex Smith, who just got back from injury and was a last second called cleared for the game. Like, I love Alex Smith, but unprepared pretty much, wasn't, I don't think, doing practice. And you just, you get smacked in the first half, but you start to come back and you're just like, I give up. And do you know why they pulled Jalen Hurts? Off of a 1-yard failed 4th down conversion. But, are you stupid? You don't pull someone just because of a failed conversion. That you're going up against a dominant front 7. They can do that. Honestly, burn Philly to the ground because this team is not good. I kind of pretty much already went over them. But as for the New York Giants fans, you got a lot of hope. But man, this sucks for you. You guys are officially eliminated from playoffs, and they were the last team to be eliminated. It's a dang shame. They were getting everything together. It's a dang shame. I'm not a huge Giants fan because I'm a Patriots fan and I hate Eli Manning. But I do think this team has a lot of promise. Honestly, I think Darius Slayton, Danny Dimes. I did make question marks about Daniel Dimes. I think I now would remove him off of top 5 teams that need a quarterback personally. Because honestly, I think he's the guy. I think he played really well. So personally, for me, I would say Giants are set. I think Daniel Dimes is going to be your quarterback for a while, and unless something tragic happens, well, yeah, you're fine. And time for the number 3 team in the NFC East that I'm going to talk about and hopefully roast over a fire. The Cowboys. Disappointment. Now to get every other team done right now. Literally, I have nothing else to say but disappointment. Eagles, there is definitely quite a bit of stuff I missed. That's going to be in probably my free agency saga that I'm going to be releasing. And of course, like I said, football doesn't happen much, but free agency, I want to keep doing free agent stuff, talk about some stuff, so I'll probably be a little bit more consistent. Philly does have a lot of contract talks, so I'll get over that. So here are the playoffs for the NFC. Packers clinched the number 1 seed. Honestly, really didn't think they were going to clinch it this easily because every team that needed to won, but whatever. So that means I believe the Packers are number 1, Seahawks I think are, no, the Seahawks are number 3. Number 2, I believe, is the New Orleans Saints, and we'll get to them in a moment. And the Buccaneers get to face the Washington football team. The league is not rigged. The league just had to pick a winner, and depressingly, the football team's there. Although, I think the football team could actually go to the NFC conference. That front 7 is Dominant. Chase Young clinched Defense Player of the Year. He took out the number 1 pick. I mean, you gotta give it to him at this point. You gotta give it to him. But then you have the Chicago Bears in the 8th pick and the Rams in the 7th pick. Rams are going to get knocked out in round one. Bears, I really don't know. And it's because you got Trubisky, who's played pretty decently. I mean, he hasn't played like great. He's played decent. Um, Apparently they're going to actually keep him around. A lot of rumors of him getting an extension. It's not going to be a huge extension. It's probably going to be a year or 2 year extension. So I don't blame him. But it looks like all of the running backs of the New Orleans Saints might be out for wild card weekend. And Alvin Kamara, if he does not deserve Offensive Player of the Year besides Devontae Adams, those are the two I think who should deserve Offensive Player of the Year. If you don't have Kamara, Drew Brees has taken a step back, and you're facing a front seven that wants blood. You're not. I don't know. I think I could see Chicago easily getting knocked out in the first round, but I also could really see the Bears make a really good run too. Honestly, they still have a good front seven. They still have a really good defense. So I think Bears fans have a lot to hope about. And then we go to the AFC. It took, I think, 2 games, and then I kind of was like, okay, well, it doesn't matter. Whatever. The Browns beating the backups of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you better hope your team is at full strength next week because, oh boy, you pretty much had the game in hand. Like the last late touchdown, I get that doesn't matter, but oh boy, I would hit the panic button. The number one thing I could say will stop the Cleveland Browns is Pittsburgh. Because congratulations, you guys made the playoffs since 2002. And depressingly, I am older than the last time the Browns have made the playoffs. That is so depressing. You guys need to get to full strength, and you need to do something I count you out on. Beating Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. The only way I thought you were going to make it in the playoffs, I think you could have beat Buffalo. But nope. I think you're done. I think you're done because I don't see any other way. Unless something in Pittsburgh happens, because their offense is horrible. So my entire thinking is, do you just kind of keep the game close to just have your defense wear their offense out, play conservative offense, wear that defense down? Because you know what the truth is? You know how Cincy beat them? Be conservative. If you be conservative, you'll win. Because that defense can't keep holding this team together. And there were cracks in this dam when you face Cincy and Washington. So honestly, go nuts. As for and also if you're a Chiefs fan, you're not going to be hearing anything because I have no words for you. I mean, you don't play this week. Same thing with the Packers. Nothing really else to say about them. Unless I find out who their opponent is, but other than that, they'll be fine. So as I think it is, I don't remember. Yeah, Baltimore goes to Tennessee, so there will be a revenge game. I'm not gonna go more on that, except Baltimore might lose. I think King Henry is gonna destroy you. But other than that, I have no words. I mean, Buffalo, so my original Super Bowl prediction was gonna be Bucks versus Chiefs. I'm gonna change it to Buccaneers versus the Buffalo Bills. That is my prediction. And again, with the NFC, I think the only quarterback who can beat Tom Brady can beat Aaron Rodgers is Tom Brady. So as I see, we're winding down on time, and the AFC and NFC is closing. The NFC, we kind of just got over this. I think I'll just call this a rundown, and I'll go more into the others in the other ones. So this was a Monday rundown by your boy Frosty. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay healthy, and don't forget to stay frosty.